Bleacher Report. Oh, our friends at BR. They gave the Patriots a double dose of good news. It's the NFL offseason, and they decided to make a list of the top 25 moves of the NFL offseason. And the Pats, they were named twice on it. So we're going to be talking about that. But before we get on, please hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. It's been a while since we've gotten at least 300 likes on the video, so go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. Now, before we get into what the Patriots had to be on this list, I wanted to talk about just exactly what the top 5 stories, top 5 moves that Bleacher Report thought. And some of these I laughed at, and I was like, okay, the Patriots made better moves than this. Come on, man. Like the Jets signing quarterback Justin Fields. What is that going to do for their team? What is that going to do for their roster? Absolutely nothing. He didn't do anything with the Steelers, so why would he do anything with the Jets, who were a worse roster? Now, the Minnesota Vikings bolster the trenches. The Raiders trading for quarterback Geno Smith. That's obviously going to get them better. The Washington Commanders going all in, getting Laremy Tunsil and Deebo Samuel. But if you saw that video, oh man, he looks like he's a Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end. And the Chicago Bears offensive overhaul. I think the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots are going to be both teams that are completely turning their season around going into 2025. So let's talk about the Patriots' best offseason moves. And they just straight up said it. They were like, it has nothing to do with any type of player whatsoever. It was hiring Mike Vrabel. And basically, they made fun of Gerard Mayo a ton, and they put the Patriots hiring Coach Vrabel on the list as number 16. I thought it should have been a little bit higher. A couple of times, they mentioned that the Jaguars hiring Liam Cohen was ranked higher, and I don't think that's a better one than the Patriots. Here nor there. But this is what Bleacher Report had to say about the hiring. The Pats entered the 2025 offseason with a litany of issues on both sides of the ball and have addressed many, whether it's drafting Will Campbell or spending big bucks on free agency, improving the defense. The biggest move was moving from a disastrous Gerard Mayo era. It was 1 year. By hiring an experienced, no-nonsense head coach in Mike Vrabel. And when they talk about no-nonsense, that's what you need for, the Patriot way. You need a guy that's going to be hard-nosed. You're going to need a guy that's going to just be no tolerance whatsoever. You mess up once, and you're out of here. Now, I'm not going to talk about the wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, what he did, but it wasn't really on the field. I can tell you right now, Javon Baker talking shit during practice, that's not going to go over well. But a lot of the players, they're really kind of embracing that Mike Vrabel way. They think it is a complete overhaul, complete different culture than what we saw with Gerard Mayo. You could basically do whatever the hell you wanted in the Gerard Mayo era because he didn't really care. And we saw when you don't really care, it shows up on the field. Keon White, who has been with the Patriots for a long, long time during the Bill Belichick era, the Gerard Mayo era, and now the Mike Vrabel era. He said this about Coach. I like Mike. He leads with work. I can respect that. It's similar to Belichick, just with a younger face. And I think we all know how I feel about that he liked him. So it's comforting to know that you have a hard ass at the helm who will not be afraid to fist fight with you in a back alley. I've been training myself, and this is where the real biter gets you. This is where the line gets you. He says, I ain't going to lie. I feel like I have a coach. So that's basically saying he did not have a coach with Gerard Mayo. He didn't have a coach. And this is what I love to see about a coach. Mike Vrabel's getting involved. Look at this picture right here. He is in the middle of the practice, showing you exactly what to do. If you look at all these videos that you've seen from mandatory minicamp, OTAs, and even rookie minicamp, he's on the field teaching the players as they go, setting himself in the position of what, let's say, that defensive end is going to be. Let's say what that offensive or that special teams guy is going to be. Name me another coach that does that in the NFL. No one. There is no one. And we've known Mike Vrabel to do that when he was an assistant with the Texans, when he was the head coach of the Titans. That is the type of head coach that you want. And a lot of players are feeling this is a lot different than last year. Drake May has talked about Mike Vrabel. The new guys, Stephon Diggs, has praised Mike Vrabel and said he's had really good conversations with him. This is a great hiring by the New England Patriots, and I think it's going to benefit them. But they ranked him 16th. Bleacher Report ranked it 16th in the NFL of the best moves. If the Patriots make the playoffs, if they head to the postseason, that will be jump to 1. Like, do you want to talk about the Chicago Bears overall hiring Ben Johnson, getting a bunch of guys for Caleb Williams? Because let's be honest here, he was sacked a shit ton. If the Patriots make the playoffs, that goes to the number 1. Easily. Without a doubt, without a question, best move of the NFL offseason. So now that we've had OTAs, now that we've had minicamp go by, we have training camp ahead of us, what would you guys grade the hiring of Mike Vrabel? We had all the press conferences earlier in the season. You had the draft. You had free agency. What would you guys grade it? A, B, C, or D, or F for the idiots that think it's F? Go in the comments. Type right now. But before we get into the second take that Bleacher Report had, I got to tell you about some jerseys that are on sale. It is going to be it's the last day. It is the last day, people, of the Nike jersey sale, where all jerseys are 20% off. And I got one for you right here, a Drake May jersey. You can get it in blue, you can get it in red, or you can get it in white. Go to chatsports.com/May jersey. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. 20% off. It was originally $130. Now it's $103.99. So get yours today. Support the show. Support the Patriots. Chatsports.com/May jersey. I need another Drake May jersey. I have 6 Tom Brady jerseys. This is a Tom Brady shirt right now. This is Brady brand, by the way. But the second one that they talked about, and this was 8th. And I think this is just kind of an extension of hiring Mike Vrabel. If you don't hire Mike Vrabel, I don't think you make these moves. And that is the Patriots revamping their entire defense. And we know how bad the Patriots defense was last year. We're praising Jelani Tavai for getting 100 tackles when he really couldn't. He couldn't pass protect, go into pass coverage to do anything. But you also have Anthony Jennings, who couldn't get to the quarterback at all, and that was another praise of this entire defense. But besides Christian Gonzalez, obviously, Bleacher Report listed it as 8th. And like I said before, I don't think that without Mike Vrabel, these moves don't happen. And you added so many guys to this defense. Like, it is insane to look at last year's and then look at this year's. Bleacher Report had to say this about the Patriots defense. They fell apart defensively down the stretch last year. I mean, you remember that Jaguars game overseas when they just went down the field over and over and over and over again, made it look so easy. This defense was horrible. They spent massive amounts of money in order to avoid a repeat in 25. Defensive tackle Milton Williams got the biggest contract of any defender to switch teams in the offseason, and edge rusher Harold Landry III, linebacker Robert Spillane, and quarterback Carlton Davis all received sizable deals in free agency. I've said it a million times. I'm not going to beat around the bush. This defense was ass. It was horrible. There were some good parts about it. You had Christian Gonzalez. He made an all-pro team, but for some reason didn't make a Pro Bowl team. Does that make any sort of sense? No. He's going to be a top 5 corner in the league this year. You have Milton Williams. You have Christian Barmore. You have Harold Landry. All of these guys are coming in, and they're going to help this team. And it's specifically that 5 front line. Because last year, oh my God, the Denver Broncos had 60 sacks. That's over 60 sacks. The Patriots had 28. They were the worst in the NFL. You can see right here, Carolina Panthers had more. The Tennessee Titans had more. The Falcons had more. The Patriots were dead last with 28. They couldn't get to the quarterback whatsoever. And a big reason for that was because Christian Barmore had the blood clots. He did come back, but then ended up going back on the IR because of it. When you look at this front 5, you look at it, honestly, one of the best in the NFL. Keon White, now that you get Christian Barmore back and Milton Williams back, he gets to play outside. He gets to play the edge, and he can play either position. Joshua Farmers, coming one of your draft picks, he's going to be a huge guy in this interior line. And then you have Harold Landry, who had 9 sacks last season. But the main guy, you have Milton Williams, who's a Super Bowl champion. He was that leader of the Eagles defense, specifically in nose tackle. But Christian Barmore is back. You can see his stats to the left of me. 2024, he didn't play. He didn't play. And when your best player on defense next to the other Christian wasn't there, that doesn't help. You have no run stopper. You have no You have no guy that can get to the quarterback. This is when he played 17 games the year before, 64 tackles, 13 for loss, 8.5 sacks, and 6 pass breakups as a defensive tackle. It's a defensive tackle. So when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the league. And now he doesn't have to deal with all those blood clots. He could be back to his form that we saw 2 years ago. Still a young player. It's not like he's getting old. He's getting up there in age, but that just happens. He's still one of the best players in football. And now that you have Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, and don't get me wrong, Joshua Farmer's going to be getting up there. He's going to develop and become a good player. Then Keon White, and you have Harold Landry on the edge. I saw an article. They called it the fearsome foursome. This team is going to be something to reckon with. I want to get old sayings there. But I'd be scared. Like, first week, you're playing the Raiders. And guess who's coming to town? Tom Brady as the owner. You're going to want to show him. You're going to want to show out. You're going to want to show out. And I think that the Patriots' fearsome foursome that we're talking about it, that's going to be a very, very, very good defensive line. Now, I talked about him. Keon White, I think it's a breakout year for him. You have him on the inside. 56 tackles, 5 sacks, 7 for loss. He can play both of these spots. And when he can be on the field, he's going to be a threat. 7 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 5 PBUs. Like, I'm really, really expecting a lot out of Keon White going into the 2025 season. And also, these guys are just going to pick him up. Mike Vrabel's going to make him a better player. Christian Barmore's going to make him a better player. Milton Williams is going to make him a better player. Harold Landry's going to make him a better player. All these guys are veterans. I know Keon White's going into like his 6th season, but still, you can still learn from guys that are top in the NFL. Personally, we've seen it in minicamp how Drake May was kind of getting pressured. You don't really tackle in mandatory minicamp or OTA, so they just call them sacks. But they got to the quarterback a lot. So I'm expecting the Patriots defense to be better than the offense, and honestly, a lot better than the offense. I think they're going to be one of the best in the NFL. What are you most looking forward to watching? You want to watch the offense, or you want to watch the defense more? What are you looking forward to most? Go in the comments, type O for offense, or type D for defense. That's going to do it for today's episode of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Don't forget to hit that big red sub button, like the video, and also go follow me on Twitter @TheRealAlper. I'm your host, Brett Alper, and as always, let's go Pats.